Howdy, partner. The Brave browser protects your privacy and gets you back in the saddle, making it safe to surf the web again, ad-free. Even Vladimir Putin probably uses it. If you do choose to see ads, you get paid for your attention in cryptocurrency. If you're still using YouTube on Google Chrome, then my pet horse is laughing at you. Don't let the stallions of Silicon Valley spy on you and mount you like a prize pony. Download Brave by clicking on the link down below.
What's up, you evil hairless monkeys? Terrence Popp here, Redonkulas.com.
And reporting live while hiding in the closet from my third girlfriend's vengeful husband, I'm Toxic Male.
Good Pop showed up today because we're having a reunion with an old friend. Back in late 2017, we met two wonderful ladies who warmed the cockles of my black dead heart. One of them was Amy Wharton, and we did many episodes on her, links in the description, because her personality was kind of contagious. The other one was Tessa Newell, and if you don't remember her, well, maybe you'd remember her fourth point of contact. She's the one that destroyed her butt hymen in hopes for a real diamond. If you have a hymen for your behind, wouldn't you just call it a behymen? I'm just asking for a friend. Anyhow, well, it's been about 3 years and I decided maybe I should check in again with Tessa Newell. But first, we're gonna take a trip back in time 3 years to where we first met her. And we're gonna read this goddamn article. Get ready. Oh my God.
I need a woke guy in my life. Awareness of major issues is a must.
We generally don't do Halloween episodes, but this shit just got scary. So pour yourself a menagerie of the strongest stuff you got and hold on to your butt, because this episode is about to go off. Yeah.
It's 2017, and I've been actively trying to increase my wokeness.
Some amps turn up to 10, but this one apparently goes up to 11.
I'm no expert when it comes to matters of social justice.
Obviously, if you were, you would know social justice is 100% bullshit!
I'm a cis hetero white female.
Oh God. I'm sorry, dudes. It's not the booze. It's the overwhelming stupid.
Who does her best to stay educated on matters involving my own communities and other communities. And frankly, I've started expecting the men I date to do the same.
How's that going for you? You keep watching, dudes, and you'll find out.
Here's why I'm only interested in dating woke guys.
Because they're easy to control. The end. I'm gonna go take me a dump. Psych. You didn't think I was gonna let her off that easy now, did ya? The reason she wants to date woke guys is because they've been brainwashed. They believe women are infallible, oppressed, special snowflakes. Wah. And if you're a psychotic narcissist who wants a servant instead of a partner, it really is the ideal arrangement. I'm just saying.
How dare you?
Number one, they provide the most stimulating conversation.
I certainly hope you're right. Because when your dating pool looks like this, absolutely nothing is getting stimulated. So I hope you brought your special lightsaber to tickle those meat curtains. You know, the one you hook up to a car battery for the extra power to make your teeth chatter. I would point out that it fits in the dishwasher, but I don't want to repeat myself, Screen 5.
Now this may be a generalization, but my experience has led me to believe that woke guys make for the most intelligent conversation.
Right.
Anyone who has ever been on a date with this type of woman knows they're not having a conversation. As the dude in this scenario, you're just listening and agreeing. You might be able to slip a question in here or there, but That's the only thing you're gonna be slipping in on that night. If I got stuck going on a date with this type of chick, I'd just want to slip into a coma. Space Ghost.
Feel free to disagree, but that's the narrative I've built and I'm sticking to it.
Wow. This joke almost writes itself now, doesn't it? Not that I'm thinking about any stunning and brave, multi-billion-dollar, multinational companies or anything.
And for me, I need intelligent conversation for a relationship, with anyone honestly, to work. So if we're connecting the dots, woke gentlemen and their worldly, well-crafted thoughts are going to be the best for me.
You say that now, but in 3 years, we're gonna see the whole picture, and the best part is, you're gonna show it to us. I don't know what it is about Western women, but they're all like this. Think about all the attention vacuums you've come across in your life. I want you to think about what they're really like. Now, look at that same person's social media. You will find a cardboard cutout of that person's polar opposite. And why is that? They believe it is better to be perceived as a good person than it is to actually be one. For example, and I have to drink for this, climate change enthusiasts, you gotta love them. Leonardo DiCaprio burns more fossil fuel than most small companies. Al Gore's house in Tennessee consumes more energy in 1 year than the average home uses in 21. And guess who's lecturing me continuously on my carbon footprint? Ironically, climate change skeptics like me are more likely to recycle than the people who actually complain about it. And it's the same with male wage gap enthusiasts.
How many times have we heard about these soy latte guzzling predators going to prison for grapefruiting? Huh? I'm just asking for a friend.
Politics is perception, and I perceive you to be a lying biatcha.
From the lunatics over at Not So Sane Entertainment comes a typical story of chair meets girl. Girl sits on chair's face, if you know what I mean.
Come on, fight the pillow.
Chair gets a big dose of the crimson capsule from none other than the one and only Popp.
You can't love a woman and understand them.
This is the kind of film those liberal soybeans in Hollywood refuse to make. So head on over to notsosane.com and use the promo code SITONMYFACE for 50% off the rental or sales price and check out The Chair today. Links are in the description.
Number 2, in today's day and age, it's important to have someone who shares your political views.
Now this, I will actually agree with. But only to a point. When your politics deal with fantasy, insanity, and violence, and your only goal is to lock yourself away from any other opinions and facts, now I have a real big problem.
We may not be happy about it, but politics are at the forefront of our minds and conversations. And while there's nothing wrong with having a partner who challenges your point of view or has differing opinions than you, those are actually really good things to have.
And they are, but you really don't believe that. Studies show Democrats are 75% more likely to end friendships over politics. They take to differing opinions like vampires take to, fire.
This political climate can make things extra touchy. It definitely feels easier to chat with someone whose worldview is a little more aligned to yours, so you don't end every date with a screaming match.
It sounds like somebody has some experience with this, and it would explain a great many things.
Number 3, the best dating and relationships advice on the web. Sponsored.
Every bold article has this crap at number 3. Why is that? Gentlemen, if you want the best dating advice on the web, go to Patreon and Subscribestar and sign up for some exclusive Redonkulas content and drink with me. I can't promise that your dates won't end in a screaming match, but if they do, it'll be the good kind. Screen 5.
Number 4, he won't embarrass you in front of your friends.
I'm sorry. Does it actually embarrass you when the man you're with has a spine? When?
This might seem a little silly, but picture the night your new bae comes to the bar to meet your squad.
What? Bae? How old are you, 13? God, I need a drink. This is the kind of crap a high school cheerleader should be texting to her boyfriend. You know, the texts where they use emojis to cover up their no-no places, if you know what I mean.
Stop! Don't touch me there! This is my no-no square!
Do you really want to be on edge all night wondering if this guy has one tequila shot too many? He might start making subtly racist jokes, calling Hillary a crook, and yelling about how he doesn't understand transgender people?
Those are all relevant questions, of course. But the answer is yes.
Number 5, it speaks leagues that they're interested in awareness.
Awareness of what? I could make up a bunch of crap and pretend to care about it too, but I'm retired. So all that I really do is drink and talk shit and never virtue signal. Wah. I don't have the time or patience to create a bunch of boogeymen so I can sick groups of people on each other like a bunch of rabid dogs.
The fact that he listens to Larry Wilmore's podcast.
If you are going to name drop, make sure A, we all care, and B, we know who the hell you're talking about.
And he reads up on how he can help LGBTQ WTF LOL causes is amazing, but it also speaks to the person he is on a deeper level.
The person you're talking about is a virtue signaling sounds refreshing, but it really isn't. If I keep trying to talk around YouTube algorithms, I'm gonna get asthma and possibly crap myself, so please, help us out and share this video.
Interests like this show you that he cares about people other than himself.
If you honestly think that these dudes aren't just out to put the hose to some hoes, you've got another thing coming.
He can acknowledge his privilege and try to use it to raise up marginalized people.
So he can acknowledge something he does not have and use it for some imaginary cause. Wouldn't it be easier to just read a book?
That shows integrity, kindness, curiosity, and braveness, all of which are good characteristics to have in a partner.
Once again, we're talking about perception versus reality. All Miss Newell cares about is how the man she has on her arm appears to other people. She wants to be the ringleader in a circus of woke men who are nothing but juggling monkeys. And the woke women, well, you know, they're the elephant screen 5. That shows the exact opposite of integrity, kindness, curiosity, and bravery. And hiding from all of that in an echo chamber is the last refuge of, you guessed it, a coward.
The war on the West is no longer about men or women. It's about the ideological subversion of Western minds by foreign actors cloaked in a public relations friendly outfit called feminism. Join the fight against the destabilization of our very civilization by reading Surviving Fourth Wave Feminism. Learn some inconvenient truths by clicking on the link in the description, because every time you do, a pansexual non-binary socialist cries.
Number 6, he's more likely to support me as a woman.
You mean he's more likely to allow you to get away with murder? Quite literally, you know, because of pro-choice and all of that bullshit. Or perhaps that's not a problem with you because you are a fan of butthole pleasures. Winning.
Needless to say, I'm a loud and proud vaginut, and I need a fellow vaginut as my partner. Knowing that the man I'm seeing is a vaginut means that I know he'll support me, celebrate my victories, and keep an eye on his well-meaning microaggressions.
Wow! Who wouldn't want a relationship with something like this? Walking on eggshells in front of a woman who claims to love you, but what really gets her off is the idea of her being completely superior to you. All the while she polices your behavior like a psycho nun with a yardstick. And she's giving you just as much shagging as the next nun. Sign me up for that! Can't wait! Winning? No.
He'll let me open the door without doing that weird dance so that he's opening it for me. He'll actually let me pay the check when I offer, and other things men in the dating world should just let women do without a fuss.
We do, all the time. And you know what happens when we drop you off? You call and text your friends about your date and how he was a cheap, chauvinist pig. Like I said, women will claim they want something. Hell, they'll even publish stupid articles about it. But when the camera's off and the lights go out, they're all about everything they claim to hate. In fact, they downright love it.
Having a partner like that, someone who respects you and is a genuine ally to your community, is a truly powerful thing.
I don't think I like this community. In fact, it smells like butt sex and hurt feelings. Space Ghost.
Number 7, on the other hand, there's something to be said for a man who flaunts his wage gap enthusiasm.
And Chris Hansen said it best. Have a seat right here, because someone's going to jail.
If you're dating in 2017, you know this guy, the faux feminist, the guy who uses his wokeness to try and entice you.
I got news for you, honey. That's all of them.
This man knows that most women nowadays are looking for a passionate, smart, socially responsible dude, and he's taking advantage of it.
And you want to know why they're able to do it? Because you're stupid, Screen 5. This is what happens when agreement is more important than reality.
Then there are guys who think they're a phlebotomist because they read femifisting every now and again, and they love to tell you about it. Guys, when you're interrupting me every 5 seconds to jam your take on the wage gap down my waiting, throbbing throat, you're kind of doing the opposite of what you're preaching.
I got news for you, honey. That's not the wage gap, at least I don't think it is. But we all know what the real problem is here, right? Because if you're a male wage gap enthusiast, your role is not to ask questions or offer opinions. Your job is to sit there, shut up, pay for everything, and be a willing target. You're nothing but a token man-child in a sea of screeching harpies. Go ahead and enjoy that.
Number 8, I don't expect him to be a flawless social justice warrior.
No one is. And even if you were, that's kind of like winning the world's shiniest participation trophy for LARPing. I mean, sure, you could talk it up if you want to, but we all know that you just showed up and accomplished nothing in a world of make-believe. Where?
I'm not buying into any of that white/male/straight savior nonsense here.
That is exactly what your woke ideology demands, so explain that one. Queen?
He doesn't have to go to every rally for every cause or have limitless knowledge on ableism or religion of peacephobia.
If you actually cared about women and didn't just want a man's money because pink pocket and reasons, you would be religion of peacephobic too. Just saying.
All I ask is for a guy who stays informed.
You don't really want that. You just want a guy who will always agree. As soon as a guy gets informed, he's gonna realize the bird is on fire and he's out the back door on reserve.
A guy who doesn't think I'm a man-hater because I call myself a phlebotomist.
Well, that's exactly what you are, and you can't really deny it because it's a fact.
And a man who respects people and tries to see outside of his prism of thought.
Miss Newell picked the word prism because it sounds like prison. She thinks men who disagree with her are imprisoned by their very own thoughts and beliefs. Never mind the fact that real men root their beliefs in reality. When you reject reality and substitute your own, well, that's a disease. I'm sure you're already taking some type of pills, but from what you've written here, they're obviously the wrong kind.
And while that might sound unrealistic, I don't think I'm asking for too much.
You're asking a man to step into a relationship with you where he has no hope of equal treatment. Someone who will serve your needs and expectations with no compensation whatsoever. And as soon as he steps out of line, you call him embarrassing and snap him back into shape with blame and shame. And of course, men who refuse to line up around the block for that masochism.
They must find me intimidating, right?
We've already destroyed your article on that. Links in the description. Now, I know all the dudes out there are saying, Pop, why are we reading a 3-year-old article? I had to give you an accurate picture of what this woman says she wants in a man. Now, we're gonna fast forward to present day. And along the way, we're gonna make a few stops to see how this chick takes her own advice.
You may not have been official, but you were still a thing.
This proves that she takes full-service meat deliveries right in that rear entrance, whether it's official or not. How stunning and brave, and obviously something that a woke dude who respects women would never be allowed to do.
A 11 reasons I secretly like a little drama in my relationships.
This proves she will never be happy with the woke hive mind she claims she wants. What she really wants is that guy who's really good at dangling the carrot and keeping the chase going. Whipped soybeans are incapable of providing that. They are much too busy worshiping at the altar of whammon. We're not worthy. Shut up, wham.
12 things you need to know if you're dating a guy with a big package.
11 of those things, well, they're called inches. And the last one is called stitches. Screen 5. And the last 2 cherries on that shit sundae.
He's not my type, but I'm pretty sure he's the one.
And?
I feel guilty not taking my husband's last name, but here's why I'm not going to.
Wow, that gives us a lot to unpack. Kind of like your colon. But I'll keep it short. Just like her wedding night and her marriage. She married a dude who's not her type, which means she's settled. She got a beta male to put a ring on it, and she finds him as arousing as a used tampon. And she didn't take his last name because it's less paperwork when she files for divorce. She'll never admit to that, but we all know the truth.
I'm not going to take his last name. That's patriarchy. I'm going to keep my last name.
Don't you mean your father's last name? Oh, Space Ghost is on. Man rule number 1 in dating. Keep your goddamn power. And that is how we know Tessa Newell's husband is not a man. Screen 5. But I wish her well on her upcoming divorce, because, it's gonna happen. She's gonna get the cash and prizes. And I know she turned this episode off 10 minutes ago because, I'm just an old army grump with a drinking problem. I do not have a drinking problem. I have problems, so I drink. Go away.
Drive on.
That's a big army thing.
Drive on.
Yeah, I use that all the time. Like people.
We could call it walk it off. Just to go the other way.
You hurt? Is it hurt? Is a bone sticking out? Are you shooting jets of blood? Well, then walk it off. You're fine. Drink some water. Have some Motrin.